enterprise application. See, I am expecting some answers from you. Huh? This is one-way communication is very difficult for me to conduct the lectures. It's altogether it's a practical subject. जब तक आप समझोगे नहीं तब तक ये नहीं हो सकता है. So I'm expecting some answer from your end. So tell me, what is the enterprise architectures? What are your what do you mean by it? Yes. Okay. Software, you can even have a communication, put your mic on and you can just start communicating it, right? So when somebody, Nimitz says software used to make the business efficiency and quick. Okay, this is one thing. I will just note it down one by one. I will share my word file. And okay, some question mentions here, it is a business applications. Fine. So enterprise, it's a business application. Some other student? Is my word file visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
मुझे जब तक आप आंसर दोगे नहीं तब तक मैं आगे नहीं बढ़ने वाली हूँ. So give me the answer कि what do you mean by it exactly? What do you mean by the business enterprise application? It's a business application. Agree. So what do you mean by the business application? What is your perceptions about the enterprise application? What exactly you do? Yes. No answer? Are you there in the class or not? Are you there?
Architecture.
It's architecture, yeah, definitely. It is an architecture, definitely, because for any software you need to develop an architecture, right? And for enterprise applications, J2E supports to develop the enterprise architecture. So I want exactly what is your opinion about the enterprise architecture? Yeah, so others say it is a software solutions which do. I will put it in the word file. Software used to make a business efficiency and quickly know here. एक minute.
What about sales and marketing service applications?
Yeah, it comes under your business applications. Agree with you. Fine. It is a software solutions which combine the business logic, modeling tools, improve the productivity of the business. Fine. Others, it's a good answer, perfect answer, right? So what he said, it is a solution for, it is software solutions for which combine the business logic. ये जो है, it combine the business logic and then what you said, modeling tool. Others, please unmute yourself and just explain me what do you mean by this business logic and modeling tools? What exactly, what is a concept? What do you mean by the business logic and what do you mean by the modeling tools and so on? Please put your mic पे बोलो कोई अच्छा. Devansh said any application that is solve the business for which was developed. ठीक है. So can I say all the discussions you have come up that it's a software which provide you the solutions for your business, right? It provide the solutions for the business, right? ठीक है, ये परफेक्ट आंसर है. आई कैन से इट्स अ बिजनेस. फाइन. Can you give me the example of the business first? Which software I can call it as a enterprise applications? Everything is a business, right? This Microsoft Team itself is a business applications, isn't it? Microsoft Team. We are doing taking online sessions, online teaching. Is it a business application?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Give me the example then business applications के क्या क्या है? Which application I call it as an enterprise, which application I am not supposed to call it as a enterprise application?
Ma'am, for
Amazon,
example, the
perfect, perfect. Amazon is one of the examples. Yes, बोलो. Flipkart, Amazon is examples. Can I say this Flipkart and Amazon is nothing but in broader Make My Trip is another examples of your business applications. Perfect. And I'm calling it as a CRM, customer relationship management. Can I call these application as a customer relationship management? You heard about that, right? CRM. As well as
Was it
can I
customer relationship management?
CRM? Yeah, that's it. CRM, right? Perfect.
Okay, but how is like Flipkart CRM?
How it?
How is Flipkart related to CRM?
Okay.
I don't understand. No, I
Okay,
don't
fine.
understand.
Okay, fine, fine. I will explain you. Can I say these are all software or CRM? Then supply chain management. Are they the software for this? And can I call them as an enterprise architecture? Business application? Definitely, we can call them as a business applications from the enterprise point of view. Fine. The next part, let's say for example, I'm giving you another example. You just inform me whether it comes under your enterprise application or not. Let's say for example, you have developed a software, weather monitoring systems. Can I call it as a enterprise application? Weather monitoring systems? Weather monitoring systems. Or I'm having a software, let's say for example, AC को मुझे AC button should switch automatically on, AC button should automatically off, right? This is one type of software. When I said कि temperature go below some certain degree, your AC should be on, and if reach to the certain degree, then your AC should be on or off operation should be performed. Even you can right now कौन सा हम लोग कर रहे हैं, when you go for that टैग रीड होता है ना आपके कार का, ऑटोमेटिकली टैग इट रीड द टैग इंफॉर्मेशन, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, टोल केस के ऊपर आप टैग रीड होता है टैग. हाँ, and your the respective amount will get deducted from your account, isn't it? So can I call these all as a enterprise architecture? Can I call it? Can I call them? और आपके पास कोविड का एप्लीकेशंस था गवर्नमेंट का, क्या उसका नाम भूल गई, देखो मैं, विच आइडेंटिफाई कि आपके एरिया में कितने कोविड पेशेंट है, यू आर इन ग्रीन, ऑरेंज और रेड एरियाज, ऐसे कुछ था ना. सो कैन आई कॉल देम एज कौन सा, आरोग्य सेतु. कैन आई कॉल देम एज ए एंटरप्राइज आर्किटेक्चर? Can I call them? You put your mic on ना, मुझे एक तो आप दिखाई नहीं देते हो, बोलो, चैट में लिखो लेकिन साथ साथ बोलो, so I feel happy for that. Okay, somebody said no, it is not. Somebody said yes, it is, or it may, or the third option अच्छा है, maybe. So can I call it as an enterprise application? Yes, you can call them as an enterprise application. Okay, you are see, they do the business. आपका इसमें से टैक्स डिडक्ट हो रहा है, आपका टोल डिडक्ट हो रहा है, you are interacting to your bank applications and bank get deducted to your respective amount. These are nothing but your enterprise applications. To develop this enterprise applications, you may using a different software architecture, right? For this enterprise architecture, you may using a different type of software architectures. Somewhere you are using some client server architecture, sometimes you are using some embedded system software, sometimes you are using SOA architecture for your software. So these are the different types of architectures you are using for your software development process. Fine, and all of them are nothing but enterprise architecture. So whatever you have specified is a perfect definitions to provide solutions to any business is called as a enterprise architectures. दो आई एम डूइंग मतलब डेस्कटॉप का एप्लीकेशंस किया हुआ है, सिंगल यूजर एप्लीकेशन है, बट इट सॉल्व द पर्पज ऑफ एनी बिजनेस, देन इट विल बी कॉल्ड एज ए एंटरप्राइज एप्लीकेशंस. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यू आर रनिंग अ स्मॉल शॉप है कहीं तो भी, वेर यू आर डेवलपिंग अ स्मॉल सॉफ्टवेयर फॉर दैट टिपिकल किराना वाला शॉप के लिए, एंड यू रिकॉर्ड ऑल द ट्रांजेक्शंस विच इज हैपनिंग इन एट दैट शॉप. So that is also called as a enterprise application process. Am I clear? So these are all nothing but you are calling it as a enterprise applications. So Java EE, ये जो syllabus है, for this syllabus we are discussing about to develop such type of architecture, such type of solutions for the enterprise, what technology we are using and how we are going to develop that architectural part. Fine, that you are going to learn in this course. So let's start with some basic concepts first, and then we will discuss the remaining part throughout the course. So as I have discussed, what is the enterprise architectures? Enterprise architecture is nothing but it is a concept, or you can say the software which is used for development of some business. Fine. So these are some of the examples of your enterprise applications which I have mentioned. Automated billing systems. Then you can say another example is called as a payment systems, email marketing systems, CRM, ERP, business intelligence systems, business community continuity planning, and enterprise application integration
What about
systems.
human resource management?
Okay, human resource management. What do you expect from the human resource management? Recruitment. Fine.
Yes,
Payment.
those type systems.
Okay. Recruitment, payments, then your performance appraisals and everything. This is also come under your enterprise applications. Fine. Now, I have a questions, or ये भी to develop a business applications, it always developed with the help of these 4 point of view. One is called as a business perspective, another one is called as a applications perspective, next is called as a information perspective, next is called as a technological perspective for any systems, right? Let's say for example, आपका कौन सा favorite जो systems बोला है आपने, HRM बोला था ना, human resource management or anything else. Can you apply HRM के लिए 4 perspective मुझे बता सकते हो? All these 4 perspective. Let's consider the HRM systems. In my HRM systems, we will define a scope where we do the HRM में क्या क्या करोगे आप? Recruitment पे भी छोड़ दो. Only we are doing the payment to the employee, right? Payment to the employee. These are only one task. We concentrate only on one task, right? So can you provide me this business perspectives में क्या है? Can you elaborate me on that? These are the 4 perspective, right? When you start developing any applications, you have to think applications from these 4 perspective: business perspective, application perspective, information perspective, and 4th one is called as a technological perspective. Business perspective define you the standard process, standard business operations, right? Second one, application perspective defines you To perform these standardizations, what are the different, you need to interact with the different, organization to take the informations, interactions with the other systems to extract the informations. The information perspective suggests you to process these systems, to develop these systems, what type of data you are required, right? And the technological perspective is define your what type of hardware and operating systems and the network solutions you will be required for the development. So let us take the HRM ka, we have said human resource management, we are considering, we want to develop a systems. Please elaborate what will come under the business perspective, what will come under your applications perspective, what will come under your information perspective, and what will come under your technological perspective. Yes? Yes? My question is clear to you? Participate in the lecture, otherwise yes? Yes, Kanishk? Kanishk, Chirag, Anubhav, और कौन कौन है? Are you there or shall I mark you as absent? Muskan, Pavit, Rahul, no one is there? Himesh?
But then in the chats.
Yes, what? You speak out, right? I hate chat. Yes, Rahul, Anubhav. Just tell me कि से गायब हो गए यहाँ से. Just put it on. Okay. Yes. Fine. So Nirmit has suggested me the technological perspective. Put your mic on and just please start communicating on a team. Okay. So you have said make a that is a finger that scanning a fingerprint to make this attendance. Fine. Okay. That is that as per your opinion. This is your technological perspective. Fine. Yes. शायद मुझे निर्मित को अटेंडेंस देना चाहिए, बाकी के लोग कोई अप्लाई नहीं करे.
Information perspective can be how much salary is being given to which employee.
It is what?
Like the record.
It is what? What you come again, Pavit?
Ma'am, the information perspective.
Hmm?
It can be how much salary is being given to which employee and the record for it.
Okay. Fine, I will write it down. You want to say this is your information perspective. How much salary you are giving? Can I say it's an employee record? You are maintaining the employee record?
Yes,
fine. Okay. So from the this point of view, you can say you are maintaining the employee record is one of the, ठीक है, एक हो गया आपका इंफॉर्मेशन पर्सपेक्टिव, लेकिन बिजनेस क्या है आपका, क्यों कर रहे हो, व्हाट्स अ बिजनेस?
Business itself. In the field of HRM, it is the duty of the HRs to continuously monitor the employees, and uh, whenever there's some, uh, introduced to the CPR activities and CRP activities, and it's a day-to-day process. As the business perspective explains that it has to be a day-to-day basis of operation. So in the field of HRM, it's quite needed. So continuously monitoring the employees and handing out the salaries, pay raises. So that will be the business perspective.
Is it? We are focusing only the payment of the employee models. So what will be the business perspective for that? We do the payment of the employee models only.
And their salaries only.
Their salaries only. Calculate the salary.
No, ma'am, not only the salaries, they are even given pay raises and incentives. So that is done on the basis of that can be
Okay.
the business perspective too.
Okay. So can I say the salary calculation? And next is what you said, perfect. Salary calculation, and second one, what you said?
Incentives and
Incentives. Incentives and?
bonuses. And ma'am, even we can include the insurance which are included. Like companies, they have a specific insurance policy. So if by chance an employee needs one, so the processing of that also will come under business perspective, I guess.
Okay. So salary and some other incentive calculations, right? Can I say the promotions and all these things?
Yes, ma'am.
Promotions and other activities related to the employee will be come under your payment process के लिए.
Yes,
Fine. Okay. ओके ठीक है, चलो मैं कंसिडर करती हूँ, अदरवाइज आई विल मतलब अलग जगह पे जाएंगे. हैव यू हर्ड अबाउट दैट MIS DSS और ये सुना हुआ है? जाने दो, forget it, otherwise my the focus will go over there. See, payment process, whatever you have mentioned, Muskan, it is a complete HRM3. Under that, that is more on DSS or MIS type of systems are more, right? And these are all the salary calculations come under your payment process. But ठीक है, चलेगा अभी के लिए, because कि salary calculations, other incentives and the promotions and other things will come under your business perspective. Agree. Next part is about the applications perspective. What do you mean? What do you expect in it? Application perspective में क्या आएगा आपके इसमें? What exactly in the application perspective do? Okay. Now see, in the business perspective, out of these three, we will more concentrate only on the salary calculation part. Only on the salary calculation part. If I consider a salary calculation as my business, what will be the application perspective for it? What exactly? Yes? Bolo. Kanishk, what will be the?
Ma'am, salary calculation, for salary calculation, ma'am, would it be something like the rules or like for
Correct.
certain, like some
Correct.
companies have some position के लिए some minimum salary, something like
Correct. That business, otherwise, even I
ma'am,
can.
if I may,
Yes.
So for salary calculation, like as far as I am concerned or I know about this, it's like different companies have different systems, and as per the countries it matters. So let's say in the western side they have per hour basis, and as per the position and the amount of contribution you do towards a project.
Correct.
Over here we have a fixed kind of
Income.
system where the fixed income, and where contributions matter less, and like more like a position matters more.
Correct. So these come under your application perspective. Or more or थोड़े lower level के ऊपर जाओगे तो see when you do the salary calculations you may require to interact with the some standardized process. For example, income tax deductions करना है आपको, PF deductions करना है. For that some standardized rules is decided by your government. You need to interact with that systems to extract that rules. And what your Kshitij and Daniel explain us, these are all come under your applications. In short, when you are implementing your systems, you need to interact with other standard devices or other standard systems. While interacting with other standard systems, you are what type of interfaces, what type of connectivity, what type of information you transfer from one end to the another end, that all will be considered under your application perspective. And the third part.
Wait, what are these other standard systems about? What are these other standard systems like for the types?
Other
like,
standard? I'm not getting
you said that it has to connect to different standard systems, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't understand what it means.
See, for example, suppose I want to calculate the income tax, right? So to calculate the income tax for the employee, is there any standard? Government has defined the standard. Who comes under which criteria and this one, and then you deposit that deducted tax to the income tax department. Similar way, you do some cutting of the provident funds, that is also get deposited to the respective provident fund systems, right? You cannot cut the provident fund as per your expectations. There are some standard. How much percentage of your basic under your basic it will get deducted, 10%, 15%. So these standards are defined by some government systems, and these standardizations are noted in somewhere else. We are referring that application, right? And to refer these applications, you need to do the communications from your system to their systems. And that when I'm developing a software, I need to understand before development of this, I need to interacting all these different systems that we need to identify it. Am I clear? Dale, is it clear to you?
Yes.
Fine. So that we will call as a application perspective. Even sometime it may be happens not only for collection of the information, sometime it may be happen in my HRM systems. What are the salary calculation systems maybe give the output to some other system. So you have to also consider that application also. Okay, is my system will be the input to the another system or not? Okay, while development you have to consider it, and that is called as a application perspective. And to perform all these tasks, what type of raw data you are required, what type of database you are required, that will come under your the next that is the next perspective, that is called as a information perspective. What type of what type of documentations you are required, what type of raw data you are required, all will come under the information perspective. And to process to cater all this perspective, you are required the technology. What type of hardware, what type of software you are required, that you require, and that will be that you have to be considered under your technological perspective. Fine. So when you start defining a systems, you need to identify this perspective and then go ahead for the development of a systems. Fine. Now, then my next question is, okay. This all the perspective, then this is a typical why we develop the why we develop the systems. वो ठीक है, decision making is good, then you can say redundancy is good, optimization is there, and so on. वो पढ़ लो आप बाद में. Now, to develop these systems, as a Java enterprise application students, we have to think about the technological aspects, right? We have to develop a technological aspect. Means what? When I'm having a different components in my systems, components means to develop a payment of the employee. अभी आपने मुझे बोला कि what exactly you have to do the task. You have to do the task right now, calculate the salary, calculate other incentive, calculate other information of a systems. These are nothing but we are calling them as a components. Fine. To perform this, you are interacting with other components, means government rules, PPF rules, उसको हम बोलेंगे external components of a systems, right? Now, my question is, if I want to develop such type of components, I need to form a proper communications between these different components, right? To forming a proper communication between these components is nothing but you are defining the architecture of that systems. You are defining the architecture of a systems. So what do you mean by the software architecture of a systems? Software architecture of a system is nothing but you identify the different components in your systems and how these components are communicating to each other. For communications, what type of the structure you are required, and that structure is nothing but we are defining the architecture of a systems. Fine. And my enterprise architectures, if you go through the evolution of enterprise architectures, very first in 1940s around, you are having a mainframe based environment for your business applications. IBM का बहुत बड़ा एक mainframes था where you do all the banking and the all मतलब especially enterprise application में in the very first banking application has introduced, and in the banking applications, if you go through the enterprise application, initially क्या हुआ था, everyone has written their own application on their own machines, and then it won't it working for one company but it won't work for the another company, and then they have idea कि we should make a generalized what I can say, the generalized software which can serve all the banking domain, and then they come up in 1950 around one common application, and that first common application is a first enterprise architectural development, and that architectural development is happen on your mainframe machines. Okay, and as technology grow, you are getting these different types of the architecture in a system, enterprise architectures. And I think you all of you heard about all these keywords. आप लोगों ने सुने हुए ये सब keywords. Client server architecture is one of the major, I can say the क्या बोलूँगी, these are the major architectures we can consider when you go for the architectural development process. And under that you can say there is a 2-tier architecture, 3-tier architecture, n-tier architectures and distributed architectures are there, and SOA architecture are there, right? You heard all these keywords, and somewhere else you even know the conceptual clarity about these architecture. Fine. So please explain me what exactly it is. So let's start with the first architecture, 2-tier architecture. बताओ क्या है 2-tier architecture में, और मेरा enterprise application के हिसाब से बताना 2-tier architecture. Yes, what exactly it is? These are all the I can say the evolution of enterprise architectures. First is mainframe, then come in picture with the 2-tier architectures, then come in picture with the 3-tier architectures. As technology grow, then you come up with the n-tier architectures, and then now distributed architecture, and now everyone will go towards more on the SOA architectural part, right? So please explain me, जो भी आपको समझ में है, जो भी आपको मालूम है, आप मुझे बताओ, because my Java technology support this. My whatever we are learning, we are supposed to मतलब the techniques which we are learning, the technology which we are learning, that are supposed to support this type of architecture. तो कौन सा टेक्नोलॉजी कहाँ पे सपोर्ट करता है, that we will see today, right? Because you all of you know, आपने अभी मुझे सर्वलेट है, जावा बीन्स है, ऐसे सब कुछ लिख के बताया आपके सिलेबस में. So let's see कि where this technology come in picture. Okay, so just give me quick informations about what do you mean by the 2-tier architecture. Yes. Yes, what do you mean by the two-tier architecture? Architecture, I agree. लेकिन वो दो tier कौन से? Client tier and data tier. Fine, good. So what do you mean by the client tier? What exactly it do? What do you mean by the data tiers? See, I don't. मतलब आपको जो मालूम है वो मुझे बताओ. हाँ बोलो. Please बेटा, please participate. Okay, in client tier, what is your tier? Interface runs and the data tier, data will be run. Okay, data tier, I guess, will consist of the database server and the web application server. Okay, मुस्कान. अब मैं यहाँ पे आपको ही questions पूछती हूँ. What do you mean by the data server and what do you mean by the application server? Good answer. What
Ma'am, so
exactly it means?
basically, we have this two-tier architecture. First tier consists of the client server. Yeah, so the next tier is the database server where all the information, all the databases will be stored. And talking about the web application server, we are working on an enterprise application. So उसका जो अलग server होगा, that will be on the second tier. Like, I am not very sure, as I said in the chat.
Okay,
So that is what I
fine.
understood by the two tiers. Ki second tier will consist of all the servers and the first will consist of whatever the client requires. Client
Okay,
server.
okay, okay. ओके विराट आपने क्या बोला है इंटरफेस रन्स ऑन द क्लाइंट एंड परफेक्ट डेटा रन्स ऑन द डेटा सर्वर फाइन 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 एनीवन वांट्स टू ऐड समथिंग पवित्र जग रहे हो या सो रहे हो डीपी पूरा सोने का लगा के रखा है यस यस सुकन्या निखिल यस एनीवन सो रहे हो जग रहे हो स्वरांगी स्वरांगी वरुण शुभित श्रुति
Yes,
व्हाट
ma'am.
एग्जैक्टली हाँ बोलो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इट इज स्वरांगी वेर आर यू सो रही है स्वरांगी पूरी यस व्हाट एग्जैक्टली टू टीयर आर्किटेक्चर्स क्यों आया फिर इसके बाद थ्री टीयर क्यों आया फिर एन टीयर क्यों आया व्हाट एग्जैक्टली व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन देम कनिष्क नो आंसर यस व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इट इज The B division is good. They are giving me the lots of answer. Huh? They are very
Ma'am,
active student. हाँ बोलो.
I I guess there's only difference of the application server layer. So
So what do you mean by
That's why
application server layer? ये आपने अभी तक बहुत बार क्लाइंट सर्वर 2 टियर के ऊपर तो काम कर चुके हो. Any
हाँ
examples? हाँ तो बताओ ना, एग्जाम्पल के तौर से बताओ. I don't want any theory. I don't want any theory. What did you
I
have
will be able.
experience? Just tell me कि क्या यहाँ. Yes, मैं इसको बोलूँगी 2 tier architecture. Shubhit,
Ma'am, for
I will
the
mark you
client,
absent. Huh?
we
Yes.
directly worked on like directly with Java or maybe C++. How we directly got the
Okay.
applications or a
ठीक है.
particular
आपने
code
आप
made.
लोगों ने वेब इसमें कौन सा था आपका फर्स्ट ईयर में? कौन सा
HTML,
सब्जेक्ट था?
yeah.
HTML है इसमें. यू हैव डेवलप अ वेबसाइट. यू
CSS.
डिजाइन किया था वेबसाइट.
Yes,
Okay. In that
yes,
website
ma'am.
designing में क्या क्या किया था? At the client end, you design a form, right? In the form,
Yes,
you have performed the form validations there only.
Using JavaScript.
JavaScripting. Fine. So you do it at the client end only.
You do it on
sir.
with a
Is it
server.
on the server
Use
end or
PHP.
is it on the client end? See, you develop you have
If you
developed a
have to
HTML
store
page.
it, if you have to use a database, then you'll obviously have to use PHP to
But
export those.
that's why I said when you do the PHP, that time you connect with the database and you take the data, right? But before in the first year, you have developed a software, right? You develop a website where you said कि वहाँ पे आपका form था. In the form itself, you have done one calculation, that is a form calculations, right? Part. Yes or no? किया
Yes,
था ना?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And then in PHP, you are getting connected with the server, right? So such type of application is called as a 2-tier architectures. Yes, database connectivity to the DBMS, right? Such type of application is called as a 2-tier architectures. That means what? Your data, in 2-tier architectures, what we can say, this is your client machine. In your client machine, you have written your UI form, that is your applications, as well as you have performed some processing task also. Right, entire processing you are performing here. You do for example, you have done the form validation. In the form validation, you are checking whether your email ID is correct or not, and so on, right? Even if you want to check whether the user are valid or not, what happens? You accept the input, you send a request to your database server fetch the record, send a request back to your client, and then you perform again the processing logic where you check what are the value, password जो written हुआ है from server की तरफ से, is it correct or not. That means all processing tasks you are perform at your client end only. So what is the task of a server? Only the task of a server to manage the data. Rest of the things is performed over here. Such type of architecture is called as a 2-tier architectures. Okay, here 2-tier architectures. Fine. And right now आपने जो मुझे लिख के दिया था chat में, somebody has said it consists of the client tier and it consists of the data tier. So what do you mean by the client tier? Client tier is nothing but here you are processing all the operations. कौन सी operations वहाँ पे कर रहे थे? Form validations, then user validations, everything you are performing over here. That is called as a client tier. And in terminology, we are calling it as a presentation layer and the business logic layer. Somebody has mentioned here business logic करके किसने मुझे mention करके रखा था ना? So that is called as a business logic. Who is a valid user? Who is a valid, for example, another business logic, you entered the username and password and it is 3 times wrong. Then you will block the account for the half an hour. You block the account for the 1 day. That is called as a business logic, right? So all this is performed at the client end only. And in the second tier, that is called as a database tier. It works on your server part. Right, and in the database tier you do what? Only the request for the database for processing the data informations. That is called as a 2-tier architectures. And disadvantage of this tier architecture is straightforward. आपका client की तरफ load ज़्यादा हो जाएगा, right? Everything is processed on the client end, so it is a time consuming task. Client has to wait the response from the server is for the longer time, right? And what the major problem is, you are dealing with the scalability problems. Agree? Lots of processing is happen at the client end, so that is a major issue of the scalability problems. And then they realize that instead of business logic and presentations, we want to keep it into the one machines. Why don't we put it into the another machine? We can take it out the presentation logic in one machines, and we can take the business logic into the another machine, and then three tier applications come in picture, right? ये टू टायर्स के एडवांटेजेस डिसएडवांटेजेस को लेके, बिकॉज इट्स अ हेवी क्लाइंट, इट्स कॉल्ड एज ए थिक क्लाइंट्स. To overcome this drawback, they will come across the three-tier architectures. In that three-tier architectures, your presentation logic will come at the client end. Your business logic come it into the another tier. That tier is called as a एप्लीकेशन टीयर. और अभी आपने किसने मुझे वेब लॉजिक और ये बोला था ना, अभी किसने बोला था? मुस्कान हैज सजेस्टेड मी, राइट? दैट इज एप्लीकेशन, वेब एप्लीकेशन, डेटाबेस सर्वर और वेब एप्लीकेशन सर्वर बोला था ना. सो दैट दिस इज नथिंग बट योर वेब एप्लीकेशन सर्वर, वेर यू डू द बिजनेस ऑपरेशंस, बिजनेस ट्रांजैक्शंस, where business logic can be performed over here. And third is nothing but your database server, where you are performing the database operations, fetching a data, storing the data, all this operation is performed at your data end, right? And this is a typical broader picture of your three-tier architectures, where you can say here your client tier, here you are having a business logic, here you are having the database tier, right? What the client tier do? It is responsible for the presentations, right? It is responsible for the user interface and user interface operations. And then business tier is responsible for your application tier, where we can do all the business logic can be performed over here. And this is your database layer, where you are interacting with the database operations. Fine. So this is called as a three-tier architectural process, where you have specified. ये देखो उसके benefits क्या क्या है वो मैंने यहाँ पे list out किए हुए. Fine. Just read it. Fine.
How can the middle tier be hidden behind firewall? Can you
Because
explain?
middle tier will be behind the firewall. Fine. थोड़ा सा उसके लिए टाइम दोगे मुझे? थोड़ा टेक्नोलॉजी के ऊपर आने के बाद बताती हूँ.
Okay.
हाँ, तो एक थोड़ा आधा घंटा तो बताती हूँ.
Yeah.
When we come to the Java technology case में. Fine. Now, yes. Now you heard about, see, these are all the tiers, right? Have you heard about the layering also? Have you heard about the layering also? Three-layer architecture, multi-layer architectures. Have you heard? N-tier architecture. Are they same or are they different? You also heard about that layering part also, isn't it? Are they same or are they different? Hello, are you with me? If you are getting bored, please मुझे instruct दो. I will stop it for 5-10 minutes. Yes? Yeah, they are different. Very good. They are different. But what exactly different means? Layering and tiering, are they same or are they different? Okay, Veera, do you want 5-minute breaks, everyone? Or shall I continue? Yes, क्या निर्मित ब्रेक चाहिए या कंटिन्यू करूं? यू वांट अ ब्रेक? ठीक है, ब्रेक देती हूँ. फ्रेश होके आ जाओ. Nikhil, you send me the message late. पहले मैंने break को declaration किया. Only take a 5-minute breaks and come back again. Okay? And please participate in the discussion. Please. Just give 5-minute breaks. अभी क्या time हो रहा है? 11:30 in my इसमें हो रहा है 11:35 को हम लोग 11:33 है. We will come back 11:40. Right? Okay, shall we continue? Come back to the further discussions. Are you there? Yes. Okay. So so we discussed about tier architectures, right? 2-tier and 3-tier architectures. Now we are discussing about the layering part. Are they are same or are they are different? Layering. Are they are same or are they are different?
Ma'am, I think they're different.
Okay. बोलो मतलब
Ma'am, I think tiers are like they're like the physical separation,
correct,
the
very good.
client and server, and
हाँ.
layers are like presentation layer and the data layer. It's like the logical separation of how data will flow and all.
Correct, correct, perfect answer. See what exactly tier and what do you mean by that exactly 3 tiers and this one. Uh, see in the layer, in the tier part, we can say 3-tier architecture means what? Client tier, that we are calling it as a presentation layer, right? Here we are saying uh, client tier, business tier, and the database tier. For the client tiers is has a responsibility to do the presentation task. Presentation task means what? You have to develop a UI, right? User interface to the client. Only form, that means form development is enough? No. What you do some validation at the client end also, right? Sometime it may be happen as your systems are reading a data from different devices. Presentation layer is used only for what? UI designing. That means you are accepting the input from the user interface, right? So sometime you accept the user interface from the different devices. For example, you are accepting from the mobiles, some other smart devices, laptop, and so on. That means you are interacting different type of OS. Agree? To interact with different type of OS, you may require some processing task. And these processing task is performed under your presentation layer. So under client layer, you can say a different operations are performing, and these logical operations are nothing but we are calling it the experts is calling it as a layering part. While tier is nothing but this is a physical tier, client tier, जहाँ पे आपका client machines है, that is called as a physical tier. Okay, so what we said here, we have said NTR refer as an actual component of your applications, and while layering is nothing but it is an internal information about the components, right? यहाँ पे एक मिनट, हाँ, मैं ये देखो, ये लेयर है, ये मेरा प्रेजेंटेशन लेयर है, where I do the where I am doing a UI component, where I am doing a UI component processing of the component. So different operation, different functionality जो only focused for taking a data from the user will be available into the presentation layer, and this presentation layer is deployed on client tier. Okay, on the similar background or similar concepts, we can say all the business logic is involved into the business layer, right? How the business, you can write a component, you can write component means functionality for business workflow, you write a functionality for exception handling, identifications, right? So these all the business functionality is involved at the business layer. Agree? And this business layer is deployed into the second tier, that is called as a your business logic. This is business logic tier, or you can, for this you can call it as a application server, your business process thing. And to perform a complete business, you may require to interact with different functionality, and that functionality is written logical functionality written, and that logical functionality is nothing but we are calling it as a business layer. not the tier. We are calling it as a business layer. अब इसका एग्जाम्पल बताती हूँ आपको. You all of you work with the Amazon, right? You all of you aware with the Amazon. आपने अभी एग्जाम्पल दिया था मुझे. Amazon is a enterprise architectures. So in my Amazon, we are interacting with PC, tablet, smartphone that come under your presentation layer. For the business layer, you are interacting with different geographical data, right? I am putting a order. Delhi में पवित बैठा है, वो वहाँ से भी order place कर रहा है, right? Swarangi from Mumbai, she is also placing a order. So our system is interacting at the different database, okay, to serve different geographically data area. Fine. That is how to serve it, how to do it. That is performed under your business logic, right? Another example, business logic के अंदर Amazon का example देती हूँ कि see, you place the order for, let's say for example, some TV. आपको कंप्यूटर लेना है, आपने order place किया, right? So now in the Amazon, different warehouses are available at different locations, right? Some even that warehouses logistic adjustment are available in the different city at the different warehouses locations, right? Your business logic will identify which warehouse you need to contact, from which warehouse you need to extract the data, and from where you want to supply the data, right? पहले आपकी information आ गई आपके presentation layer से. You want to purchase a computers. So now your business logic layer will do what? It inform to the respective company. The request come from the user. So आपके प्रोडक्ट जो भी है उसके रिक्वेस्ट के रिलेटेड है. So you have to show the product. So from every company का database से आपका data fetch होना चाहिए और यूजर को दिखाना चाहिए. So fetching that information, providing that respective information, कौन से टाइप का information रिक्वेस्ट किया है यूजर ने, वो information प्रोवाइड करने के लिए आपका business logic, business layer is working on, right? And once you place the order, then your business logic is again work on from which warehouse you have to put the order, from which logistic will be help for that. All these operations will be considered under your business logic. Fine. And third type of layer is called as a database layer. In the database layer, you are interacting with the data sources, right? With the database. While interacting a database, what you need to consider? You need to consider the other database operations also. Security, right? That is a major issue. Acid property is another major issue, right? Once you fetch the records, it should not be for that database के लिए बाकी के लोगों को interaction होने के लिए you have to block that record, right? All these operations should be taken care by your database layer. All these operations will be taken care by your database layer, and these database layer is कहाँ पे रहता है? आपका database tier के ऊपर रहता है. Okay, that database tier is nothing but your database server. Fine. And your business layer logic is interacting with your with your database layer through the database access layer. Fine. So there is a difference between tiering and layer applications. In short, we can say a tier is nothing but these are the hardware physical components which are located at different locations, while layering is nothing but it is a logical components. Okay, layer refers to the logical separation of an application code. Okay, and tiering architecture has a physical separation of your sources. Fine, that is a basic difference between layering and your tier applications. Rather application बोलूँगी नहीं, tiering architecture of the process, right? In short, I can say this is your business tier था. As per the in business tier, you divide the क्या बोलूँगी functionality as per the layering, and each layering is called as a one component over here. Fine. And with reference to that, n-tier architecture come in picture that we had just अभी मैंने आपको just glimpse दिया उसका कि what exactly n-tier architectures, and then in the NTR architectures where you are having this presentation layer, business layer, data access layer, and database layer. And apart from this, you are having security, operational management, and communication layers also, which do the communication task and operational management task as well as the security task over here. And as technology grow, you are moving towards the distributed architectures that I will not go in details, right? Single hai, highly distributed hai, that we will see it as we go for the process. और ये जो distributed architecture, NTR architecture is supported by your Java EE. Okay, so Java EE technologies support your NTR architectures. Please read the slide. हॅलो, हो लेक्चरला मी 12:30 वाजता फोन करते. हां हां हां. Fine. So J2EE is nothing but it is a distributed multi-tier applications made for model for enterprise applications, right? This in J2E architectures, application logic is divided into the different components as per the functionality, right? And these different components are installed into the different machine. Fine. So ये जो आप NTR architecture ढूंढ रहे हो is implemented by your multi-tier architecture is implemented by your J2E architectural process. Fine. This is again theoretical one. Now let us go in details about the J2E components, right? J2E architect. Before I start, I will repeat again. J2E is nothing but your multi-tier architecture. So NTR अभी हमने discuss किया, multi-tier, 3-tier के बाद क्या था? N-tier applications था, right? This is a tiering, distributed architecture. This is a tiering architectures. Your J2E support these type of tiering, N-tier को ही multi-tier बोलते हैं, these applications. Fine. To support these applications, आपको क्या क्या लगता है, क्या क्या components होने चाहिए? Which are the different components to support this type of architectures? So components is nothing but the functionality. Component is nothing but the functionality, right? I will just correlate it. ये N-tier application है, it is supported by your J2EE applications, right? In my J2E applications, we are having a 4 tiers, or you can say the 4 main components or 4 tiers to support this. The first tier is called as a presentation client tier, where presentation layer is visible. Okay. Second is called as a application component, and that is called as a web tier layer. Okay. Second part is application component. That is nothing but application component is nothing but you are reading a data and transferring the data to your server, application server, right? So that is called as a application component, that is called as a web tier, that we will see it in details ki what exactly web tier tasks do. And after web application component, then it come it into the application component. There should be the business component is there, that is called as a business tier. And this business tier is nothing but we are supporting the Java Beans as technology, वो भी इतने डिटेल में नहीं जाती हूँ. And the fourth component is called as a EIS, that is called as a Enterprise Information Systems, right? यहाँ पे मैं लिखना भूल गई हूँ. So in this pictures you can see it consists of the 4 tier. Client tier, that is called as a presentation tiers and application tier. This is a web tier which is used in between server और client के बीच में वो काम करता है. And next is called as a enterprise Java Beans tier, that is your business application. जो हमने अभी तक business logic, business ये सब कुछ अभी बोल रहे थे ना, that will work over here. That is a enterprise Java Beans tier. It is responsible for your business logic. And last is called as a enterprise information tier, that is called as a data tiers, where you do the connectivity with the database part. That is data you already worked on it, JDBC किया हुआ है ना काम. So that database connectivity करने के लिए आपको जो tier लगता है, drivers लगते हैं, that will come under your information system tier. Fine. Shall I proceed? There, everyone? Shall I proceed? Any doubt related to this? Okay. So right now I'm giving you the task only, right? So give me the functionality of each tier: client tier, web tier, application tier, and data tier. Let's go with the client tier first, right? Read from the internet and come back again. Read from the internet and come back again. Ki what exactly client tier do? I'm giving you the 5 minutes. और जो मुझे आंसर देगा उसके लिए +2 marks. Okay?
I'm a client here.
हाँ, client tier के लिए. You just go through the client tier. Come back within 2 minutes are with you. Just come back. You read from internet and come back. What exactly client tier do? Okay, good. Good, Shruti. Process a client request and send a response back to the client tier do. Right, very good. निर्मित ने क्या लिखा है? क्लाइंट टियर कंसिस्ट ऑफ द यूजर प्रोग्राम दैट इंटरैक्ट विद द यूजर फॉर रिक्वेस्ट एंड रिस्पॉन्स. वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. श्रुति एंड श्रुति as well as the निर्मित. बाकी के लोगों को जल्दी बताओ मुझे what exactly they do, what exactly client tier do. Yes, Kshitij.
Ma'am, basically, so let's say if a person is interacting on some website or so, and it's written in basic form of HTML. So, for example, if the password is incorrect and it's not entered correctly, and we have the password stored in the computer itself, so to inform the user itself on the web page directly is basically a client tier only, where you're telling the person that the password that you're trying to access is not correct.
Correct.
I'm not talking about any database services in here.
No,
It's
to
just that
perform this
in the
task,
code
you
itself, we have included the password.
no. To perform this task, you need to interact with all the tier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Only client tier is responsible to convert the input requested. And Shruti ने जो बोला है, इन्होंने जो बोला है कि it will give you the output, right? Handle the request and response. Very good. अच्छा, Srinivas, request the data from the server located at the different machines. Pavit, good. Pavit, fine, very perfect. To perform this task, मुझे क्या क्या लगने वाला है client machines के लिए? Okay, so whatever you have said, it's very perfect. So this is typical architectures. जो आपने बताया वो just इस केस में मैंने explain किया है. Client program interact with the and convert the input data into the request and forward to the next tier, right? And what the web tier do? Web tier will provide you the internet functionality of your J2E application. Here you send right now. Kshitij said कि you the whether the data the password is correct or not. So your client tier only accept the password and send it to the business tier, right? So what it do? It will send it through the web tier. Web tier will provide you the functionality of your applications. And what your business tier do? Business tier will give you the business logic जो है applications के लिए, it is perform at this level, right? And how to perform it? This is perform through using the technology that is called as a RMI. अभी मैं उसके डिटेल में नहीं जाती हूँ. And this is your enterprise information system tier, where with the help of this you are interacting with the database, right? So client से अपने password लिया, it is transferred to the business layer. Web tier, through the web tier, that business tier will inform to the EIS to extract the information about the that respective username, right? So what the EI do, यहाँ पे आपका JDBC का connector आएगा, they can interact with the database and database fetch the informations return back to the enterprise information layer, and these password will be sent it to the business layer. Business layer will be checked whether it's correct or not, and then it display the result to respect to the client through the web tier. This is a typical applications. To perform these applications, you need different connectivity. Here, client tier to web tier, you are connecting with the HTTP request, and from web tier to your business logic, you are getting connection with the help of RMI. Do you know the RMI? That is a special. ये जो request है ये birth हुआ, यहाँ से birth हुआ J2E का ज़्यादा. So we will take it afterward. But this, by using the RMI, this connectivity is happen. Then it interact with your business layer, and then respective information get it transferred to the client layer on the same way, right? Now कौन से टाइप के क्लाइंट है, RMI ये बाद में बताती हूँ, एक्सेस कंट्रोल भी बाद में बताती हूँ. सो व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट J2E clients are available in the client layer, right? In the client layer, see, in the client layer what you have to do, you have to just accept the input and input data, and then forward the request to the next layer. This is a basic task of your client layer. So what are the different clients are available in my J2E applications? So you are having a different clients. कौन से type के client है? Please note it down. It's a web client, it's a applet, application client, enterprise Java Beans client, enterprise information system client, web services, as well as multi-tier clients are available. Fine. इसके बारे में बता सकते हो कोई मुझे? Again, I am giving you the 2-3 minutes. Just इंटरनेट पे जाओ, सर्च करो क्या है ये सब पूरे क्लाइंट्स कौन से हैं. वेब क्लाइंट, एप्लेट, एप्लीकेशंस क्लाइंट, एंटरप्राइज जावा मीन्स क्लाइंट्स क्या है, एंटरप्राइज इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम्स क्लाइंट इज मीन्स व्हाट, एंड वेब सर्विसेज सर्विस client is there, multi-tier client is there. What is the job of these components? To just accept the, what is the job of these components? Just accept the user input and convert the user input into the request and forward this request into the next layer where it is a web tier, right? So what exactly they are, right? Just again giving you the 2 minutes, just go to the internet and find it out. Done? What the web client do? चलो one by one जाते हैं. What the web client do? Perfect. Access the J2E services through the internet HTTP protocols. Fine. Very good, Virat. Anyone wants to add something about the web client? What he said? He said that web client is nothing but that access the J2E services through the internet, through the HTTP protocols, right? The perfect one. So with reference to that, I can say web client is nothing but it's a software application used to locate and retrieve and display the contents of your web pages, right? And that web pages may be the dynamic web page or a web browser that can be extract the informations from the respective web pages, right? Web client, see यहाँ पे consist of the two parts. Dynamic web pages. Dynamic web page is nothing but it contains the various markups of the language which are generated by the web components running on the web tier, right? The web browser is nothing but web browser which extract the pages and receive from the server. In short, web client is nothing but it's a software application used to locate, retrieve and display the contents on the web pages. Fine. Applets is almost it's outdated, but it's a one small client applications. Through that you can perform some request to access some informations, right? ये आप अपने लिए सबसे important part है applications client. What exactly it do? Application client. Again, go back to the internet, read it. What exactly application client do? Yeah, web client is also called as a thin client. Why it is called as a thin client? Because it is not processing any query. It is not handling any business logic, right? That's why it is called as a thin client also.
If it was thick client, then would it be processing something?
Thick client
Some
means
query?
in two-tier architectures, you do the business process. In two-tier architecture, you are accepting the input. UI may have input, you accepting the input and you process there only. Business logic is handover there only, right? Such type of client is called as a thick client. And then what happens? You have introduced the third layer, middle level, that is a business logic layer, and you distribute the job. In the client layer, in the presentation layer, what you do, you accept only the user inputs, and what are the business processing, business logic you want to process, that is happen at the middle layer. Okay, and then database layer is there. Such type of client is called as a thin client. In the first thick client mein, what's the problem? You are having a problem of load processing. Second major important problem is what? You cannot independently update your business logic, or you cannot independently update your presentation logic. Why? Because they are totally linked in the two-tier architecture, that is a thick client architectures. Fine, that is a major drawback of the two client architectures. And to overcome this drawback, they move on towards the thin client. So what is what exactly the thin client do? See, in the thin client, only they accept the user input. They do not process any query. Okay, they do not execute. Fine. So what exactly web client do? Web client only locate, retrieve and display the contents on your web pages. Fine. And irrespective of the application client now, see, to develop any applications, you develop a GUI, simple example लेती हूँ application का. Amazon आपका nothing but it's the application client where you are developing a GUI for the different applications, right? So application clients run on the client machine and provide a way user to handle the task. For to place online order जब place करते हो, you are having the instructions what to do next. एक के बाद एक क्या करना है, what operations you have to perform. That is all nothing but the coding part, and that coding part is nothing but application client. Okay, and these application client directly access to your business logical layer. Fine. What they say? Application client can open by using the HTTP connection to establish the communications between the within the servlet नहीं आना चाहिए था मुझे यहाँ पे, servlet and the web tier running in between. It operates all the legacy systems, client as well as all non-Java languages also. It operates all the other operation also. For examples, वो वेब सर्विसेज में आएगा, यहाँ पे ऐसे नहीं आएगा, लेकिन आपका जो डिफरेंट जो अमेजॉन का सेम एग्जांपल है कि यू आर टेकिंग इनपुट फ्रॉम द डिफरेंट devices, mobile devices, smart devices, some other devices, how to process it, that is performed by your application client, right? ये slides, this is more on technical terms. ACL क्या है वो बताती हूँ आप लोगों को, but just forget about it. Just in short say, application client is nothing but the GUI which you developed for your applications is called as a application client. Fine. Now, next is called as a EJB client. Right? What do you mean by the EJB client? What do you mean by the EJB client? EJB clients are nothing but, अभी सही example देती हूँ आपको. See, when you are reading a data, business data, right? आपके payment systems में you are interacting with the government to read the standardized rules, right? To interact, to deduct the some income tax होने के बाद you deduct some PPF amount and you have deposited to the PPF government के, let's say for example NSP का deductions कर रहे हो तो you connect with the NSP server and you transfer the information to the NSP process. Such type of business are get direct connected to each other. That is nothing but you can say it's as a EJB client. Another examples, when you do the payment part, online payment करते हो आप, तो your bank का validity is done by with your bank, done by your bank server. You don't need to explicitly specify कि yes do the validity and then come back. आप सिर्फ आपका client का ID देते हो, you give them the bank card details and the validity, your validity to get it checked with the bank applications, right? Who do it? The client at the client tier, client tier के ऊपर ही बोलूँगी, at the client tier it performs, and and who perform it? It is performed by your EJB client also. That means business to business connectivity जब होती है उस समय उसको EJB client बोलते हैं. Then EIS client similar way interacting with other legacy systems will come under your EIS client, right? Then last part is called as a web services. Any idea about the web services? Any idea about the web services? And we consider it as a under the EJB. What we can say, we are considering it under the client tier. So what do you mean by the services, web services? ये देखो आपका वेब सर्विसेज EJB का J2E के क्लाइंट में आ रही है. What do you mean by the EJB web services? Okay, I will stop it here. Tomorrow we will continue with this EJB web services and all this task. Right? ये जो हम लोग theory देख रहे हैं, we need to write a programs for it. Right? Servlet is not come under the web services. Servlet is not come under the, it's a server side technology. Once you enter the data, then your servlet come in picture. Okay, client की तरफ से data लेके जाते हो, फिर servlet के पास आते हो. Business layer, you can call it as a business logic, will be processed by your servlet. Fine. Okay. Before I proceed for the practical task, मुझे एक बार थोड़ा क्लियर आइडिया दे दो, मैं कहाँ से शुरुआत करूँ? Shall I take a basic also JDBC का basic in the sense just quick revision about the JDBC things, programming part, and then we will move on toward the next. Or if you are comfortable with the JDBC, then I will directly start with the servlet. आपने JDBC के ऊपर काम किया है? Hello? In last semester, right? You worked it on. क्या यूज किया था? Which ID? Okay, NetBeans. So and कौन से programs किए थे? MySQL connections. Have you worked with the execute updates, execute query, prepare statement, metadata? Yeah, servlet and Java application is okay, but that is in the JDBC part. Have you worked with that? Okay, prepare statement पे काम किया था. Fine. मेटाडेटा, सर्वलेट के ऊपर क्या काम किया था? सर्वलेट के ऊपर क्या काम किया था? So do I skip this part or directly start with the servlet, or do I need to take some small programs about the JDBC for quick revisions and then we will proceed? Okay, okay, I will start with the basic part because JDBC is very important when you go for any J2E applications. We do the quick revisions about it. Fine, no issue. Okay, so tomorrow, instead of theory, we do the practical revision. We will write down the small programs and we fetch the data and we execute it. So prepared your machine for tomorrow lectures के लिए for small JDBC programs. Fine. And meanwhile, if possible, if you have a time, just read how my Java technology support for this different layer. Fine. So I will stop here. 2 घंटा ज़्यादा हो गया theory part. Okay. Tomorrow we will continue with small revision. Please be ready with your machine, laptop machines, right? With your